Vakil, Vakalat, or Vastavikta. What is the biggest problem that no one talks about in the country? So, do personal beliefs, subconscious biases, they entered while making the decision, provided a financial aid of 3 crore rupees during the COVID pandemic, if I'm not wrong.
Bar Council of Punjab Haryana is the only bar council of that difficult time where the financial systems were limited. Still, the justice is being delayed because of the system.
Despite so many tries, still there are a lot of loopholes in the government, right? Currently, India has over 4 crore pending cases. And it is often said that justice delayed is justice denied. What is your take on that? कानून के हाथ लंबे होते हैं. So there's a very famous saying that good advocate knows law, but great advocate knows the judge.
Is this spoiling scope for young advocates? Advocate who can work properly while sitting at one place has to shuttle down at different places. Won't it affect his efficiency? He is not money. Money is the requirement of the day.
Last time when you were contesting for the elections, you stood first. Now you're recontesting for the elections. What are your plans? Is law same for celebrities, politicians? Today we have with us someone who has seen legal system not just from the outside but from the inside very closely. Our guest today is the former chairman of Bar Council of Punjab and Haryana. He's also served as the Additional Advocate General of Punjab and Haryana High Court. Interestingly, he began his journey as PCS Allied Officer before stepping into the legal field. He has 20 plus years experience in the system. Beyond courtrooms and the council halls, he is also known for his social investment and public engagement. Today we have with us Mr. Karanjit Singh. Sir, we are honored to have you with us.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to Next Gen Voices. In our episode 2, we cover Vakil, Vakalat, or Vastavikta. So, sir, shall we start?
Yes.
Okay. So, sir, before we begin talking about titles, positions, I want to begin from the beginning. You grew up in a household where law, judiciary was a part of everyday life.
Yes.
So, as a child, what did Nyaya mean to you? And how did your environment shape you?
Yes, my father is a retired judicial officer. So as a childhood, we used to see the way he used to work day and night. He used to peruse the files and the simple life he led. So basically, being a son of a judicial officer, so I had a feel for the law since my birth.
Okay. So, sir, was there any specific moment in your life that made you choose this path, or it was just legacy?
It was a legacy. It was a legacy, seeing my father do the work, seeing he being appreciated in the society for his judicial decisions. So it was a legacy which led me to this profession.
Okay. Sir, we've heard that, last time when you were contesting for the elections, you stood first. So, sir, after entering, was there any difference between the reality and what you imagined in the law system?
Yes, that is there. In the classrooms, we study law. In movies, we see the system. But actually, it is very different. It is altogether different. You have the real feel of law when you join the profession and move into the courts, working for the litigants. So there you have the exact feel of the system.
Could you please share a few insights?
Insights, the person, a litigant coming to you is always depend upon you. He wants justice. उसको होता है भी मेरा ये कर सकता है. So he has basically faith in the advocate. So basically a litigant or a person coming to the advocate, he invests his faith in you and you have to seek justice for him. And when you go in the courts, file the cases, and then you see the actual difficulties in the system. There is a delay in the system, the courts and the procedure, although the procedure has been modified, still the justice is being delayed because of the system.
So, coming from a legal background, was it easy for you or you had to start from the scratch?
I had to start from the scratch because my father was a judicial officer. So I joined a profession as an advocate. So in the court of law, I had to start from scratch only.
Okay. So you have been the PCS officer, you have seen government from different angles. What is the biggest problem that no one talks about in the country?
So biggest problem is the dishonesty in the system. The system, whether it is you go to a government officer's office, or you go into the court, or you go into any way of life, it's a dishonesty among the people at large. Although there are honest people also, the dishonesty is plaguing the country and our society.
As you mentioned dishonesty, I would like to include a very common incident that happens every day. Like common citizens, they say that police does not register fire. They have to run from pillars to post. What legal remedy would you suggest to the person in that situation?
Basically, the FIR has to be registered because it's a first information report. If the police does not register the FIR, then you can approach the court. You can move an application under 156(3) of CRPC, and all the law has changed. So you can move to the court. The court can seek the remedy on your behalf. The court has to issue notice to the SHO concerned and seek the report that why are not registering the FIR. If the court feels it has to be registered, it gets the FIR registered, and the court can take suo motu cognizance also. So there are the remedies in the system. Our legal system has provided the alternative remedy if the police fails to register the FIR.
Okay. So, sir, there is like a lot of shortage of judges, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, yes.
So, do you think if number of judges would increase, somehow litigation would be better?
Yes, yes, definitely. Definitely, with the number of judicial officers increasing, number of courts increasing, definitely the justice which is being delayed, system would improve. Definitely, if the number of judges improve.
So, you have served in a lot of services. So, have you ever thought of becoming a judge?
This is everybody wants to get himself promoted, so it's a basically destiny.
Are the both professions different, or they
No,
both have
they are
to pros and cons?
correlated. Even the advocates are officers of the court. The judges constitute the bench. We constitute the bar. They are the two pillars of the same system. The justice delivery system depends upon both bench and the bar. So their coordination only leads to the system improving and people getting justice. So they are the two pillars of the same system.
As you mentioned that judges, like the system depends on them somehow. So at the end, judges are humans too, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
do personal beliefs, subconscious biases, they enter while making a decision?
Yes, the person's own opinion definitely leads to taking any conclusive decision. Appeared for judges who are always above the bias. So, but the personal belief, the personal way of living definitely influences the judgments.
Fine. Could you please tell us what did you all do and how system functioned under you?
Yes, last time I contested the election, State Bar Council, and I came first. And I had privilege to become the chairman of the Bar Council. But unluckily, I was the chairman when there was a coronavirus. The whole world was in that lockdown period. In that period, we definitely did a lot of work. We provided financial assistance to advocates. So we were the only state bar council in whole India. We provided 3 crore रुपए हमने 3,000 advocates के वो financial aid दी थी. So around any advocate who replied that I have financial crisis, I need help, the state bar council provided. So in that difficult time, the bar council of Punjab and Haryana, when I was the chairman, provided the financial reimbursement of around 3 crore rupees to advocates.
What else have you done, like in the period when you were the chairman for the young advocates, or maybe for the litigation?
As chairman, I told you that in my period of chairmanship, it was complete lockdown. All the advocates were sitting in their rooms and houses. We organized webinars in which we invited High Court judges, Supreme Court judges, even Bollywood stars and officials from Washington DC and UNO, and advocates sitting in the home. We participated in that webinars. That webinar were very successful. So in that difficult time, apart from financial aid, we organized webinars, and in my term, we organized legal training programs at district levels in small districts like Kapurthala, Fazilka, Barnala, Amritsar. And apart from that, in this last phase of Bar Council, we have provided Advocate Protection Act, which is pending the government's approval. So we have drafted Advocate Protection Act so that advocates are protected while working professionally. So these important things we have done in the last 5 years.
You mentioned about the Advocate Protection Act. Could you please brief it more?
एक ऐसे होता है in the society in the last couple of years we have been seeing that the advocate who is pursuing the case of some litigant or criminal, there is a tendency to involve him in that case by the prosecution or the police. So basically this act is to protect an advocate that while doing his profession, if he is involved in if he is required in any investigation, at least his bar president or the bar council or the senior bodies of the bar are taken into confidence before he is summoned or before FIR is registered against him. So this Protection Act is to professionally save an advocate from criminal prosecution or from being falsely fabricated in a case.
Okay. That was amazing. And I feel that our country needed something
Yes,
for
yes,
the
yes.
protection of advocates as well. So, in your arguments, you mentioned that justice has been delayed. Currently, India has over 4 crore pending cases.
Yes.
And it is often said that justice delayed is justice denied. What is
Very-
your take on that?
Very right. It is a very common saying, and it is practically so also. There are many reasons for this. Although the government has tried to reform the system, because the justice was delayed, just not because the courts were less in number, but because the procedure was also cumbersome. So government has recently amended the acts, amended the various sections so that the procedure is modified, and it is made summary in nature. And with the last couple of years, number of judicial officers in the trial court level has also increased. In even our high court, the number of lordships have increased. So taking into account the increase in the judicial officers and with modification of the procedural system, so we hope in coming years the cases will be decided sooner.
But, sir, despite so many tries, still there are a lot of loopholes in the government, right?
Yes, that is there.
How do we treat them? And not only being a part of the legal system, as a citizen, what we can do for that?
Basically, I believe it is the system works with the people who are in that system. Until and unless the people who are taking control of the system are not honest or fair to themselves, the system will not work. So basically, the mindset of our people, a common man, has to change. Where we see in European countries, people are disciplined, they're honest. Until and unless the people of a country, the man on the street becomes honest and he becomes disciplined, the system can't improve. System will improve only when every person in this country becomes disciplined and honest.
So, don't we think that before citizens, first the people we look up to, our role models we consider, the government officials, the politicians, the biggest business tycoons, firstly, they should understand because they have been looked up by the kids, by the newborns. We give them examples. Until date.
You are right, till the common man doesn't improve his own vision, the man who is leading us will also not improve. Because we are in a democracy. We are the one who are electing the people who lead us. Till our thinking, our level of thinking, our vision, our own integrity will not improve, they will also not improve.
Exactly. So, it is also said that lawyers are liars. What's your take on that? Does professionalism always like beat ethics?
It's a very good question, but lawyer has to seek justice for his client, and in take for justice for his client, sometimes he has to maneuver the system also. So lawyers are liars because basically his work is to get justice for his client, and if the system requires, he is doing his duty.
But, sir, does that mean that while doing the duty for your own benefit, you put somebody else or maybe the truth at the stake?
No. You have to think from your client's perspective. I would say that you are right in that respect. A liar should not dildo all the ethics, should not bypass the ethics, but for seeking justice for his client. If he thinks that what I'm doing is correct, then I think he will not sacrifice ethics also.
Only if he knows that he is doing correct.
Correct, yes.
So there are many lawyers who say that, we do not take the cases of rapists, we do not take the cases of murderers. Is there some like particular segmentation that you have that, these particular people, I would never take cases of somebody who have been interested or been into the frauds or something? Is there something like a special criteria that you have?
It is with every advocate his own conception. I've seen in many advocates in our profession who do not take the cases of such people. But until and unless a man is convicted, how can you say that the allegations against him are correct? So until and unless he faces trial, even the Bhagavad Gita says till the man is tried, he is given the benefit of doubt. Till he's convicted, nobody is guilty. So when a person comes to you, there are allegations of rape or murder against him. Till he is given a fair trial, we cannot hold guilty anybody. So as an advocate, It is a duty to see the truth and try to find out the ways, maneuver the things to get justice for his client. So basically, you can take it both ways.
In your response, I would like to say कि जब कोई client आता है, उसका फर्ज होता है कि वो अपने lawyer के साथ, अपने advocate के साथ सच बोले. For example, I have committed a crime and I want you as my lawyer. I would like to come and clear you everything. And despite knowing the truth, if a lawyer takes up that case, what's your take on that?
If we deny the case also, that is also against our legal profession. So for a person, nobody comes and confesses. I can tell you, I have been working in criminal law for many years. Nobody comes and says that I have committed a crime. He will always say I am innocent or I've been framed in a false case. It is a very rare a client says and confesses his guilt.
Don't you think जब acceptance आ जाएगी तो legal system अपने आप सुधर जाएगा?
नहीं वो तो लेकिन if there is a free fight and then there are any way out to see a murderer, why he committed murder, what were the circumstances in which he was forced to commit murder, that has also to be seen. So until and unless there is a trial, there is evidence against him, and I have not seen anybody coming straight away and confessing that I have committed murder.
But it is said that they have to be honest with the client, like
They
the
have
advocate.
to.
Definitely.
When you take a brief of a client, you have to go all out to defend him and find the way out to get justice for him.
So with that response, I would say that don't we think that we have made law, legal authority a business rather than something which was called as a noble profession?
No, business, although it was a noble profession, the people belonging to good family, noble families were involved in the profession, but now it has become a profession in itself. People are earning while they are doing this profession, and their families are surviving on this profession. Things have changed. Initially, even in the pre-British era, it was a noble profession. People would not charge the fees even. They used to work pro bono. But now also, many senior advocates are working pro bono. But for young advocates, it has become a profession. You can say it has become a business. They are making money from it, on which their families are surviving. So you can say from noble profession, well, definitely it has become a profession where the families are depending upon it.
And now I feel that we have started prioritizing our own self rather than patriotism. जहाँ पहले हम देश के लिए काम करना चाहते थे, आज हम देश के लिए नहीं करते, आज हम अपने परिवार के लिए कर रहे हैं. What is the reason to that? आज वो सच्ची देशभक्ति नहीं रही.
देशभक्ति, nothing going in your stomach, your kids not getting good education. देशभक्ति तो बाद में है ना, पहले it's your family. If you don't have the resources to see your family growing, your kids getting good food, your kids getting good education, only patriotism will not feed you, will not help your kids study in a good school, for helping your kids growing up. So patriotism is there, but definitely as a person, you have to see that your family gets everything.
You've also served in the government services, right? So for you, what would be something which should be prioritized? Personal life or country?
No, you have to balance it. Balance it. Your personal life is also there. Your family life is there. You have to be fair to the system also. You have to be fair to the society also. You have to be fair to the country also. It has to be balanced.
Now we'll start with a basic segment where you have to just say you have agreed or you disagree with the statement, okay? And if I can, like, we can take up a follow-up, like, why do you have an opinion? So they say that bail is rule, jail is exception. But in practice, it feels opposite.
It is there.
Agree or disagree?
Practically, it is not there. The people are languishing in jails for many months. The courts are unable to decide the bail application. This is one of the major crises which is there. Even in a high courts also, the bail matters are pending for months and months. So this rule has to be there, but it is not there.
Courtroom strategy matters more than truth. You agree or disagree?
I agree.
Law is blind. Agree or disagree?
No, law is not blind. Law, the people who are sitting in the bench are very wise. They, even if you put a thing on their eyes, they can see beyond that thing.
Earlier, there was also a statue which had a blindfold. Recently, it has been, removed.
Basically, in that statue, there was that वो तकड़ी होती थी जिसमें वो कहते थे
the way.
evidence, they weighed the evidence. But I know judges who can see through the blind eyes also. They are such experienced people who can find the truth. So actually it is not there.
So there's a very famous saying that good advocate knows law, but great advocate knows the judge. Do you agree or disagree?
That I will not comment on this. It's a controversial thing.
Okay. Courtroom is a battlefield. Is it so?
No, I won't say it's a bad. Can't take it so you have to work hard for the cases, but you're not so vitiate a system that where you fight it in the battlefield, you fight it in the courts. That is not there.
But still, like in the same way, like a war between wisdom, war
Yes,
between
yes,
protecting yourself. We can. It's not always violent.
verbatim आप कह सकते हो, verbatim कह सकते हो. It is a battlefield for lawyers.
Mhm.
They really work hard in the cases for getting justice for their clients. So in that way, it is a battlefield only.
Law is same for everyone. Is it being practicing currently?
No, I won't say it is not. There
What's the reason, sir?
there
What's stopping us?
biases, there are human mentality. You earlier said that the judge's own perception. These things come here. So if a judge has a personal perception, his own thinking about something, that weighs a lot. So in that, we see in the courtrooms, there is definite bias because of the perception, because of thinking, the personal thinking of the bench.
Legal education in India needs major reforms. You agree?
No, the reforms हो रहे हैं. The Legal Education Committee is working very well. The Bar Council of India Legal Education Committee, they are regularly changing the courses. Although there is always scope of improvement.
But do you think they are being executed as they are being planned? What is stopping them from executing
No,
the way?
we've got very good law colleges in India now. They are really doing very well.
Sir, I feel colleges are not only one thing. The practicality is also very important.
Indian Institutes of Law. We have got a RGNU in Patiala, Gandhi National Law University.
Sir, पढ़ाते हमें constitution है, implement नहीं हो रही.
वो तो है, लेकिन they are really working very well and they are producing very good lawyers who are becoming good judges also. So the standard of the law colleges have definitely improved.
कानून के हाथ लंबे होते हैं. Is it so?
That is there. Nobody can escape it.
Social media changing dignity of law. Is it?
It is definitely effective.
Young lawyers are exploited in the name of learning. Do you agree?
There are always exceptions. They may be exploited, but they are also being paid handsomely. Young lawyers are doing very well. So there are always exceptions.
We'll end it with litigation favors financially strong.
You can say because a financially strong man always afford a good lawyer, and a good lawyer who takes a hefty fees is a good because he has the knowledge, he has the court, art and craft. So definitely you can say.
So now I would like to ask you a very concerning topic about young advocates. When they start practicing, this stipend is 5,000, 10,000, and even at times unpaid internships.
Yes.
Which are like definitely, we cannot expect the middle class to survive in that, right?
Very right.
So how can we improvise that?
You know, the statutory body of advocates, the State Bar Council, doesn't have finances to provide stipends. In that case, the government can help us. But we can always find way out. We can amend the rules so that in every case, every lawyer has to engage a young lawyer with him and give a percentage of fees to him. People are doing in High Court and Supreme Court. It is not only in trial court that it is not there. In High Court and Supreme Court, young lawyers are being paid part of the fees. So we can always try to find and make rules in that aspect that young lawyers are given a part of the fees in every case.
Now, not only in the young advocates who just start the profession, even we see that Supreme Court senior advocates, they charge around like 1 lakh to 20 lakh per case, right?
Yes.
But in the High Court, it's very less as compared to the Supreme Court. What is the major causing difference? Is it experience or what?
No, in High Court also, the people are taking lots of fees. Exception is there. We can't say in a High Court also, in High Court of Punjab and Haryana, the advocates are charging per day hearing case. So the exceptions are everywhere. There are the advocates who are taking less fees. There are advocates who are charging per day also, per hearing also. So it is everywhere. Even in the trial court, some advocates are taking very good fees.
So people even say that lawyers are money-minded. Is that an unfair stereotype or it has commercialization somewhere?
Who is not money-minded? Who is not money-minded? Money is the requirement of the day. You can't survive without money.
And maybe that is one of the reasons why lawyers
What I can say with confidence, we lawyers are the people who also work pro bono. And many times we see a litigant can't pay, we are fighting cases free hand also. I will not find any profession there where people are working without taking the fees. So lawyers are there who are working pro bono, helping the society also, who are fighting free cases.
But there are very less number of people who are doing like this.
That is everywhere. That is everywhere.
The ground reality is that people cannot afford legal representation at times, right? There's so many weaker sections as well in India. So what is the system doing for providing justice to the weaker
section? In that regard, the government has done lots and lots of work.
Could you please tell what they have done?
Free legal aid system also. One who cannot afford, he can engage a free legal aid counsel. There is CGM level officer in every district who is heading this free legal system. So you just to go and make an application, they will provide you advocate free of cost.
Okay. So is the efficiency same or does it compromise?
You can't say there are good advocates also, there are derogatory word, but it is everywhere. But there is a system in place where every man who cannot afford a counsel can engage a free legal aid counsel. The system provides him.
Okay. Now you're recontesting for the elections. What are your plans?
Definitely, although we did a lot of work, but still many work has to be done, especially for young lawyers. Especially in my home district of Amritsar, there are chambers to be built. Other infrastructure has to be provided. Proper e-libraries have to be provided in district and trial courts, in subdivision courts. And apart from that, there are a couple of things like there is a grievance of the advocates against the defense legal system. Government have appointed defense counsels, which is definitely spoiling the scope of young advocates. जो केस की young advocate को आना चाहिए, that is going to defense counsels. So they have evolved a system where the prosecution is also by a state and the defense is also by a state. And legally also, they are not being able to provide a good assistance to the courts, and it is the spoiling scope of the young advocates. So this defense counsel system has to be changed. It has to go now. And apart from that, there are some other cases where the advocates are forced to hold day-to-day proceedings of just newly filed cases, which is also spoiling the scope of the young advocates. Then there are a number of issues like the government is trying to ग्रामीण न्यायालयों का कंसेप्ट है अभी गाँव में हम कोर्ट्स ले जाएं. देखो पंजाब इज वन स्टेट वेयर देयर इज नो विलेज विच इज अराउंड 25-30 किलोमीटर से आगे जहाँ से डिस्ट्रिक्ट हेडक्वार्टर नहीं है. सो दिस ग्रामीण न्यायालय सिस्टम इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड फॉर स्टेट ऑफ पंजाब. It may be required for Madhya Pradesh or Uttar Pradesh, with the villages are at far away places. In Punjab, every village is well connected और हर गांव डिस्ट्रिक्ट या कोर्ट से 25-30 किलोमीटर से ज़्यादा नहीं है. So the ग्रामीण न्यायालय, the defense counsel system, the समाधान cases system, this system has to be looked into and changed.
Don't you think अगर उनको ये चीज़ें प्रोवाइड की जा रही है तो ये कहीं ना कहीं बेनिफिशियल है? शायद वो 25-30 किलोमीटर जो दूर हैं जगहें जहाँ पे वो अप्रोच नहीं कर पा रहे और मे बी इतना लीगल सिस्टम उनको नहीं अच्छी तरह हेल्प कर पा रहा, तो दिस इज समथिंग व्हिच इज बेटर फॉर देम rather than changing that.
It is adversely affecting the working also. Without providing that proper courtrooms, advocate who can work properly while sitting at one place has to shuttle down at different places. Won't it affect his efficiency? मैं अमृतसर में बैठ के काम कर रहा हूँ. मेरा एक दिन केस लग रहा है अजनाला, एक दिन रमदास, एक दिन जंडियाला गुरु, small villages around Amritsar. It will definitely affect the efficiency of my working.
Rather than specifying on an individual, उन्हें टीम बनानी चाहिए. बट आई फील कि ये चीज को एलिमिनेट नहीं करना चाहिए, क्योंकि अब सर विलेजेस में पंचायत भी होती है, अब वो भी कोई कोर्ट रूम में नहीं होती बट एक सिटिंग के साथ होती है, बट कहीं ना कहीं वो अपना ट्रस्ट समझते हैं कि हमारा हक है.
मैम ग्रामीण न्यायालय सिस्टम आप समझ नहीं पा रहे, ये बड़ी स्टेट्स के लिए है, उत्तर प्रदेश, मध्य प्रदेश, यहाँ पे जो कोर्ट्स है बहुत दूर दूर है और दे आर नॉट प्रॉपर प्रॉपर सड़कें नहीं है। लेकिन पंजाब में आई डोंट थिंक सो देयर इज एनी विलेज विच इज़ नॉट वेल कनेक्टेड, और कोई गांव नहीं है जो हमारे कोर्ट से 15-20 किलोमीटर से ज़्यादा दूरी पे हो। बाय टेकिंग द कोर्ट्स इन द विलेजेस दे विल अफेक्ट द सिस्टम, दैट विल एडवर्सली अफेक्ट द एफिशिएंसी ऑफ एन एडवोकेट ऑल्सो. This system is not for Punjab. It may be for bigger states. So this Gramin Nyala system, the Defence Council system, this Samadhan system, it has to go. So I've been moving around in Punjab campaigning for my elections. Definitely all our lawyers are against this system, and we have promised them that once we are re-elected, we will see that this system goes.
And what is the take of the public on the same? ये तो अपने lawyers के perspective से बोला, लोग क्या चाहते हैं?
लोग भी ये चाहते हैं, अगर आपका लॉयर ठीक नहीं तो लोगों को क्या इंसाफ मिलेगा? Until and unless the lawyer is satisfied, he is working in a good atmosphere, so public तो directly affect होगी. Public, हम lawyer अपने लिए काम थोड़ा करता है, public के लिए करता है. If lawyer ही नहीं खुश तो public कैसे खुश हो सकती है? And this system is affecting lawyers only. Public के साथ इनका कोई system नहीं है. कोई defense legal aid system है, defense counsel का system है. When there is a provision for free legal aid, anybody can go and get a free legal aid counsel appointed. तो उस सिस्टम के साथ अपॉइंटमेंट ऑफ डिफेंस काउंसिल में तो ये बात है भी बाकी लॉयर्स को तो घर बैठा देंगे. देयर विल बी नो केस लेफ्ट फॉर देम. सो दिस सिस्टम हैज टू गो. वी विल नॉट अलाउ दिस सिस्टम.
You mentioned a lot for the young advocates. We've heard young advocates आपको बहुत follow करते हैं. They consider you as a role model.
Yes, definitely. People, young lawyers love me, and I've been for last 15 years. I've been bar politics working for them, especially for young lawyers, because I perceive my days when I was young, I did not have any brief. So I keep this in my mind, and I have been always trying to work for them so that they get space in the system to work. So definitely, I feel I am also still a young lawyer. So being from them, so I always try to help them out.
So as it is a digital era, youth is moving towards more corporate, MBA, tech-oriented sectors. How you can push up the young people to join law? Don't you think that law is losing the young talent?
No. It is really in the era in which we did law, they used to say the mediocre class children do law. But nowadays, many efficient, top class kids are doing law who are जिनकी परसेंटेज 98, 99 होती है. Efficient people are.
And sir, later on those efficient people move abroad because they say कि इंडिया में law का scope नहीं है.
नहीं, इंडिया में बहुत scope है law का. Although there are legal firms also, people are practicing in Supreme Court, High Court, joining law firms, becoming judges, becoming lecturers. So law has a vast scope, and that old notion we mediocre ही law करते हैं, that has now gone. Efficient kids are joining this profession.
Don't you think that law is very struggling in the early years? जब बच्चे join करते हैं उनको बहुत pressure face करते हैं वो, तो इस कारण भी शायद वो आज भी आप 10 बच्चों से पूछो तो उनमें से शायद एक बच्चा कहेगा मैं law करना चाहता हूँ, and that's well proven.
Yes, for a first generation lawyer it is difficult. A kid whose father is in this profession, he is little aware and blessed that he's got office, he's got files to work. For a first generation lawyer, it is difficult, but we always tell the young lawyers to be patient. Initial 2-3 years can be hard, and later on the sky is the limit in this profession.
Okay. Now let's discuss something what happens in the courtroom, right? Sir, in cross-examination, where very sensitive cases at times, criminal cases, sometimes victims change their statements, coming under pressure and all. So have you ever faced such situation?
Yeah, we're facing it every day.
So how do you ensure justice does not compromise due to pressure, frightedness?
You know, earlier there was a system when these witnesses used to roll back their old evidence. Now the judges are going across that system. You can't be sure that a person, एक बंदे ने गवाही दी है उसके बाद में उस पर स्टैंड ना करे, that the person जिसके फेवर में किया he will be acquitted. Judges are convicting persons also or believing in the old testimony of the witness जो उसने कोर्ट रूम से बाहर पुलिस को दी थी during investigation. So earlier the law was very easy in this respect. एक witness ने पहले evidence कुछ दी है, later on he has backtracked, and the person used to get acquitted. Now courts are convicted on his old evidence also. So it is basically the judge who is sitting, if he can see actually what has happened, and that now this witness is browbeating the court and try to play with the system, the judge can convict him even if he does not support the case.
Okay. So now we'd like to hear from you. Is there any case where you faced that the opposition was very powerful? Please share any incident. You'd like to know your experience and how did you manage it? Because I feel the young advocates need to hear that.
No, I can't just remember any particular case, but it's happening every day because I am working in High Court. In High Court, we are arguing the cases daily. I just can't remember right now any.
Okay, fine. So it is believed that, criminal advocates receive calls from the jail. Like,
Yes.
The criminals directly call. There's informal conversations that go on. And there are many songs, Punjabi songs also made on this. What's your take on that? Why
Yes.
this informal conversation?
No, because an advocate who is representing a criminal has to talk to the criminal to understand the case. It is also necessary. Even a jail manual provide an advocate and go on the jail premises and have meeting with the criminal. And even jail manual allows the telephone call he can make to the advocate and to his family. So there's nothing wrong in it.
This is about the informal conversation, but like somehow ever received a threat call from the other criminal or something?
No,
ये भी चीजें
I've never experienced that.
And do you think that this is happening every single day or maybe prevailing in the criminal cases, high profile cases?
Maybe, but I have no experience on that.
Okay, that's great. So there now in currently that the biggest pressure with the young advocates face is not from like the cases, but maybe for the seniors, the clients. So how can they like surpass the pressure? Give them some
The
tips.
biggest problem a young advocate is finding, especially one who is the first generation, is procurement of work. So until and unless he gets a case, what will he do? He can definitely join a good office and work on the cases of his senior, but before becoming an independent lawyer, he has to procure the cases. For a young lawyer who wants to practice independently, the procurement of cases is the most difficult thing.
Now we'll move to the last segment of today's interview. It will be a rapid fire. We want the instant answers. Sir, was there any one case that changed you? If yes, then please share. Which case was it? And what was it regarding to?
I
Okay.
don't remember.
Factual truth or strategic representation?
Factual truth first, then afterwards strategic. If the case is factually weak, the strategy will also not work.
Okay. If tomorrow you have to argue against the whole legal system, what will be your argument?
Whole legal system,
like something as you accepted that there are so many loopholes, you had to like contradict them, what would be your argument?
legal system definitely needs a lot of improvement. We need to reform the procedural codes more. We have to make the procedure little more summary so that justice is not delayed. We have to see that people who are elevated in the High Court are the one who are definitely जो कुछ काबिल है,
capable of me.
capable of the sons and nephews of judges being elevated just because they are sons and nephews of old judges. ये system change करना पड़ेगा. We have to see that the person who is capable is elevated as a High Court judge, who has got a good experience in different type of cases, who has a good integrity, who is honest, who is well aware of the system. So the legal system definitely will improve with better judges coming, better lawyers assisting them, and our procedure of this court being simplified.
Sir, if you were again a person of 25 years, no legacy, no connections, would you still choose litigation?
Definitely, without any.
Is law same for celebrities, politicians?
Law is same, but definitely it is maneuvered by the craft of the advocate, maybe the bias, if you can say, to help them.
Let 100 guilty be acquitted, but no innocent should suffer. Do you think this is prevailing in the system today?
No. These courts are very good. They look to be good, but actually, practically, it is not happening in the system.
Constitution or public opinion?
Constitution, public opinion, both I said they have their own.
One.
Constitution prevails.
Connections or merit?
Definitely connection is prevailing.
Lawyers or leaders?
Lawyers.
Speedy trial or perfect trial?
Perfect trial.
Is there something as perfect trial?
Perfect trial is, I would say, जहाँ पे the criminal or the accused is given a proper opportunity to defend himself. So unless the speedy trial, where a criminal or a accused is not given a proper opportunity, has no meaning, then it is unjustified. Then we are not delivering the justice to him. So proper trial, giving proper opportunity, is definitely much better than the speedy trial.
Well, I feel both are not prevailing currently.
Yes, both are not prevailing.
Bail or jail?
I would say bail. Unless until a person is convicted, he's innocent. And keeping him in jail because the courts are unable to finish his trial is definitely a wrong rule.
Reputation or money?
Reputation.
Ethics or win?
Ethics.
Justice or procedure?
Justice.
Truth or proof?
Truth.
But the law considers proof,
Yes,
isn't it?
it is.
Strategy or emotions?
Strategy.
Do you think judicial system today is efficient? Yes or no?
It is okay, average at present.
But it needs
It needs lot of improvement. There is a scope of lot of improvement.
We'll end it just by tell us one word for justice.
Justice, I would say, without any bias, without any influence, on merit, without being influenced by your own opinion, without being biased. That is justice.
Well, thank you so much, sir.
Thank
It
you.
was an insightful conversation with sir. Thank you so much for taking out time.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.